Do you wake up every morning feeling like your body just isn't what it used to be? Your muscles feel weaker, your energy's low, and even your balance isn't as steady as it once was. But here's the surprising truth: it might not just be aging. What if the breakfast you're having every day is silently sabotaging your muscles? In today's video, we're diving into the worst breakfast choices that could be weakening your muscles every single day without you even realizing it. But don't worry, I'm not just going to point out the problem. I'll also share what you should be eating to protect your strength, mobility, and independence as you age. So, if you're ready to start your day the right way, stick around, because what you eat in the morning could be the key to a stronger, more energetic you. But before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss any of our life-changing senior health tips. Part 1. The breakfast mistake. That's sabotaging your muscles. Imagine this. You wake up, still a bit groggy from a night's rest, and the first thing you do is grab that cup of coffee. Maybe you toast a slice of bread, or even reach for your favorite sugary cereal. It feels like a harmless, quick fix to start your day, right? But what if I told you that these common breakfast choices could be the exact reason your muscles feel weaker, your energy drops before noon, and your balance is less steady than it used to be? Here's the truth: when you wake up, your body is hungry, not for caffeine or sugar, but for nourishment. After hours of sleep, your muscles are in a fragile state, waiting for fuel to repair and rebuild. And when you skip that vital nutrient boost in the morning, especially protein, you're doing more harm than good. Instead of building strength, your body might be breaking down muscle tissue for energy. This is how a condition called sarcopenia starts taking hold, often without you even realizing it. Studies show that muscle protein synthesis, your body's natural process of rebuilding muscle peaks, right after you wake up. But here's the catch. It only works if you give your muscles what they need. If your first meal is just a slice of toast or a bowl of sugary cereal, your muscles don't get the signal to rebuild. In fact, they might continue to break down, setting the stage for muscle loss, fatigue, and even a slower metabolism as time goes on. It's not just about feeling full, it's about feeding your muscles the right kind of fuel. Without it, your body enters a state where it starts breaking down muscle tissue for energy instead of repairing it. This is why it's so important to make sure you're giving your muscles the nutrients they need first thing in the morning. And I'm not talking about just filling your stomach, but fueling your strength. Part 2. The hidden danger of sugar-loaded breakfasts. Let's talk about the sneaky culprit that's causing more damage to your muscles than you realize: sugar. Now, I'm not talking about the occasional treat, but those everyday breakfast staples that seem harmless. A bowl of cereal, a muffin, or even a glass of orange juice. They're quick, they taste good, and they give you that initial burst of energy. But here's the truth: they're quietly sabotaging your muscle health. When you consume refined sugar in the morning, your body goes into a rapid spike in blood sugar. At first, you may feel energized, but that burst doesn't last long. Your body releases insulin to bring that sugar down. But this constant cycle of spikes and crashes creates chronic inflammation in your body. And inflammation is one of the biggest enemies when it comes to muscle health. What most people don't know is that this inflammation doesn't just leave you feeling sluggish. It actively interferes with your muscles' ability to recover and grow stronger. Studies have shown that excessive sugar intake reduces muscle protein synthesis, which means your muscles aren't able to rebuild and repair properly after any kind of physical activity, even something as simple as walking or stretching. So, every time you reach for that sugar-laden breakfast, you're setting your muscles back, not giving them the fuel they need. But it doesn't stop there. Sugar also increases oxidative stress, a process that damages healthy cells in your body. When your muscles are exposed to oxidative stress over time, they become weaker, more fatigued, and slower to respond to movement or exercise. What makes it worse is that sugar is hiding in so many places we don't expect. It's not just in obvious treats like cake or candy. No, sugar can be lurking in fruit-flavored yogurts, instant oatmeal, energy bars, and even in that healthy cereal you think is doing you good. You could be eating these foods thinking you're making a healthy choice, but your body is getting a jolt of sugar and inflammation, which only weakens your muscles in the long run. So, what can you do? It's simple. Swap out sugar. Start by reading labels and being mindful of hidden sugars. Choose plain Greek yogurt over sweetened varieties. Replace that white bread with whole grain options. Instead of sugary juices, opt for fresh fruit like berries or pears. Small swaps like these can make a world of difference in reducing inflammation, strengthening your muscles, and giving you more energy throughout the day. Part 3. Hydration. The key to unlocking your muscle strength. Let's move on to something that many people overlook when it comes to muscle health: hydration. You may not think much about water first thing in the morning, but let me tell you, it could be one of the most important things you do for your muscles. Here's why: your muscles are made up of about 75% water. That's not just a fun fact, it's a biological reality. Water is what allows your muscles to stretch, contract, and recover properly. Without proper hydration, your muscles become stiff, slow, and far more prone to injury. Dehydration is one of the hidden culprits that can make your muscles feel tight and sore, even after just light activity. Now, here's the kicker. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. So even though you might not feel thirsty, your muscles could already be struggling. Without enough water, blood circulation slows down, which means your muscles aren't getting the nutrients and oxygen they need to stay strong. And when circulation slows, waste products like lactic acid aren't cleared out efficiently, leaving you feeling sore and stiff. You may notice these signs: tightness in your legs after walking, a stiff neck, or even dizziness when you stand up too quickly. These are all signs that dehydration is affecting your muscles. The worst part: by the time you actually feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated, which can lead to even more serious problems down the line. But here's the good news. You don't need to drink gallons of water to stay hydrated. Start simple. Drink a glass of water first thing in the morning before your coffee or breakfast. It's an easy habit to add to your routine, and it can help rehydrate your muscles, improve blood circulation, and set the stage for better muscle function throughout the day. If plain water doesn't excite you, try adding a few slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint for some extra flavor. And remember, hydration is about consistency, not just one big gulp. Keep a water bottle with you and take small sips throughout the day. This will keep your muscles, your joints, and even your brain functioning at their best. So, before you reach for that coffee, give your muscles the first thing they need in the morning water. Your muscles will thank you for it. Part 4. The power of protein fueling. Your muscles for strength and recovery. Now, let's talk about something that can make all the difference in how your muscles feel and perform: everyday protein. As we age, our bodies need more protein to maintain muscle mass, strength, and overall functionality. But here's the problem: most seniors are under-eating protein, especially at breakfast. And without enough protein, your muscles can't rebuild or recover the way they need to. You might think you're eating well. Maybe you have some toast with jam or cereal in the morning. But here's the thing: those meals are often low in protein. And while they might fill you up for a bit, they don't give your muscles the building blocks they need to stay strong. This means that even if you're active, your body isn't getting the proper fuel to rebuild muscle after activity. Over time, this can contribute to muscle loss, weakness, and slower recovery. Here's the science behind it. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, which are essential for building muscle. Without these amino acids, your muscles won't repair themselves properly after you move or exercise. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition recommends that older adults consume between 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight every day to support muscle health. For someone weighing about 150 pounds or 68 kilograms, that's roughly 80 to 100 grams of protein daily. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to be complicated. A protein-rich breakfast is one of the easiest ways to start the day on the right foot. Try adding eggs, Greek yogurt, or peanut butter to your morning meal. These foods are high in protein and can help fuel your muscles for the day ahead. If you're looking for something quick, even a smoothie made with protein powder, milk, and some oats can make a big difference. And don't forget the power of plant-based proteins. Beans, lentils, and tofu are all excellent options for those who prefer plant-based meals. These protein sources not only help your muscles rebuild, but also improve muscle function and reduce inflammation, which is essential for preventing injury and promoting long-term mobility. Remember, it's not just about how much you eat, it's about what you eat. Don't settle for empty carbs in the morning. Opt for protein-rich foods that will give your muscles the support they need to stay strong, flexible, and resilient. Part 5. Strength training, the simple key to maintaining muscle mass. Now, let's talk about a habit that's often overlooked but is crucial for keeping your muscles strong as you age: strength training. You might think that lifting heavy weights or spending hours in the gym is the only way to build muscle, but that's simply not true. In fact, you don't need a gym membership or heavy dumbbells to fight muscle loss. You just need consistency and the right exercises that challenge your muscles, even if it's as simple as a few minutes a day. Here's the reality. After the age of 30, most people start losing about 3 to 5% of their muscle mass every decade. And by the time you're 60, this rate can nearly double unless you actively work to prevent it. But the good news is strength training is one of the most effective ways to stop and even reverse this muscle loss. I know what you're thinking. I'm not a bodybuilder. Is strength training really for me? The answer is yes, absolutely. Strength training doesn't have to mean lifting massive weights or doing intense workouts. It's about maintaining and improving the strength you already have. It could be as simple as standing up from a chair without using your hands, doing wall push-ups, or even using resistance bands while sitting on the couch. Why does this work? Because when you challenge your muscles, you're telling them, I still need you to be strong. I still want you to work. And muscles respond to that message. They get stronger, more coordinated, and more resilient. You don't need to spend hours or break a sweat to see results. In fact, studies have shown that just 2 30-minute strength training sessions per week can significantly improve muscle mass, balance, and even walking speed in older adults. So don't feel like you have to go all out. Consistency is key. Even 10 minutes a day can have a lasting impact on your strength and stability. Strength training isn't just about muscle. It's about improving your balance, reducing the risk of falls, and maintaining your independence. It's about making sure that as you age, you don't lose the ability to do the things you love, like carrying groceries or getting up from a low seat. Start slow, focus on proper form, breathe deeply, and stay steady. Over time, your muscles will remember their strength, and so will you. Remember, the goal isn't to become a bodybuilder, it's about staying strong, independent, and able to move freely through life. Part 6. The worst foods for your muscles. What you need to avoid. While we've been talking about the best ways to support your muscles, let's now focus on the worst offenders, the foods that might seem harmless but are quietly destroying your muscle health. You may not realize it, but the foods you're eating can make a huge difference in how well your muscles function, recover, and grow. First on the list, sugary drinks. Whether it's a regular soda, fruit-flavored juice, or even diet sodas, these drinks are packed with refined sugar that spikes your blood sugar levels, causing inflammation in your body. As we discussed earlier, this inflammation doesn't just leave you feeling sluggish. It actively interferes with your body's ability to repair muscle tissue. So, every time you grab that sugary drink, your muscles are silently being deprived of the nutrients they need to stay strong. Processed meats are another big culprit. Foods like deli meats, sausages, and hot dogs might be quick and convenient, but they're also packed with preservatives, high sodium, and nitrates. These additives increase oxidative stress in the body, which damages your cells and makes it harder for your muscles to rebuild. While they may seem like an easy option for breakfast or lunch, they are doing your muscles more harm than good. Then there's the issue of refined carbohydrates, things like white bread, white rice, and regular pasta. These foods are stripped of their natural nutrients and fiber, which means they give you a quick burst of energy but don't provide sustained fuel for your muscles. As a result, you end up feeling sluggish and your muscles are left hungry for the right kind of nourishment. Over time, this leads to muscle fatigue and slower recovery. And let's not forget about fried and fast foods. While they may be tasty and convenient, they're full of trans fats which can mess with your hormone balance, making it harder to build muscle and recover properly. These unhealthy fats reduce circulation, meaning your muscles aren't getting enough oxygen and nutrients to stay in top shape. The scary part is, most of us don't realize how much these foods affect our bodies. They're quick, they're easy, and they're often marketed as healthy. But in reality, they're full of ingredients that create inflammation and muscle breakdown. So, what can you do? Make smarter swaps. Choose fresh, whole foods over processed ones. Opt for lean meats, fish, or plant-based proteins like beans and lentils instead of processed meats. Replace white bread and white rice with whole grains like oats, quinoa, and brown rice. And most importantly, ditch the sugary drinks water or unsweetened beverages are your best options. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet, but small, thoughtful changes can have a profound impact on your muscle health, your energy, and your long-term well-being. Part 7. Daily Painkillers, a hidden obstacle to muscle recovery. Now, here's something that might surprise you, that little painkiller you take for sore knees or a stiff back. It could be silently holding back your muscle recovery. For millions of people, especially seniors, over-the-counter painkillers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen have become part of the daily routine. You wake up stiff, pop a pill, feel better, and move on with your day. But what if I told you that this habit, while offering short-term relief, may actually be slowing down your muscle repair in the long run? Here's why. When you move your body, whether it's walking, gardening, or stretching, your muscles develop tiny micro tears. This is completely normal. In fact, it's how your muscles grow stronger. Your body senses those micro tears and sends a natural wave of inflammation to the area. This inflammation isn't a bad thing, it's a signal, a call to repair and rebuild. But what do painkillers do? They block that inflammation, and in doing so, they block your body's ability to respond, recover, and grow. Research from the Journal of Applied Physiology has shown that long-term use of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, can actually suppress muscle protein synthesis, the very process your body uses to rebuild muscle tissue. So even if you're doing all the right things, eating protein, staying hydrated, walking daily, your muscles may still not be responding the way they should, simply because your body's repair signals are being muted. And it doesn't stop there. Regular use of these medications can put extra stress on your liver and kidneys, affect your digestion, and reduce your ability to absorb nutrients, especially the protein and vitamins your muscles rely on to heal. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean you should never take a painkiller. In cases of surgery, injury, or extreme discomfort, they can be necessary. But if you're reaching for one every day just to get through normal aches, it might be time to rethink that habit. So what can you do instead? Try natural anti-inflammatories like turmeric or ginger. Use Epsom salt baths, warm compresses, or gentle stretching to relieve soreness. Prioritize hydration and focus on foods that reduce inflammation, like fatty fish, leafy greens, and berries. And if pain is persistent, have a conversation with your doctor about alternatives that won't interfere with your body's natural healing response. Because sometimes the best thing we can do for our muscles is not to silence the signal, but to listen to what it's telling us. As we wrap up today's video, let me remind you of something important. Muscle health isn't just about lifting weights or spending hours at the gym. It's about making small, intentional choices every single day that add up over time. What you eat, how you move, and how you care for your body make all the difference in keeping your muscles strong, your joints flexible, and your overall health thriving, no matter your age. Throughout this video, we've talked about how certain habits like skipping breakfast or relying on sugary snacks can quietly contribute to muscle loss. But the good news is, you don't have to make drastic changes to see results. In fact, sometimes the most powerful shifts come from the smallest changes. Whether it's swapping that sugary cereal for a protein-packed breakfast, drinking water first thing in the morning, or replacing painkillers with natural alternatives. You have the power to take control of your muscle health today. And here's something else I want you to remember. Strength isn't just physical, it's mental too. By adopting healthier habits and staying consistent, you'll not only build stronger muscles, but you'll also cultivate a mindset of resilience and independence. You'll be telling your body every day, I'm not giving up, I'm not slowing down, and that message will carry you further than you think. So, if you're ready to take your muscle health seriously and start making these small, impactful changes today, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We're here to support you every step of the way with more tips and insights that help you live healthier, stronger, and more independently as you age. Remember, your muscles still have a lot of strength left to give. It's never too late to take action. Start today. And let's make those small shifts that lead to a lifetime of strength and vitality.